This is just another wonderful little, what day is today? I can no longer tell in the quarantine. Monday? Another Monday night at the Schoenberger Priz household. But I was just reading some tales from English history, and I thought it might be interesting to share. Which shall we do? A King Repents. Ooh. Richard Lionheart. The Burghers of Calais. Ooh. The Mad Multitude. Oh, that's a very good one. About the Peasants' Revolt. The very basis of Anglo-American tradition of equality began in that 1381 revolt. Chalk it up here. Equality for all men under the law. That's our 14th Amendment. I shall not get distracted, my dear audience. We instead today turn to the year 1415. We happy few. The Battle of Agincourt. Now, Agincourt was not meant to be fought, at least not by good King Henry V. It was a near disaster. He had decided to enforce his great-grandfather's claim, throne of France. That's his flag there, France, England. And he decided to imitate King Edward III's invasion of Normandy in practice, and it all went terribly. It began with a siege of a very small castle called Harfleur, I believe his name is, and it was a disaster from top to bottom. Half his men died of dysentery. Dysentery, it's where you poop yourself to death. Quite the awful way to go. I should preface this. This entire presentation was meant to be done in a circus show on March 13th. It was going to be on trapeze. It was going to be wonderful. And then the plague hit. And so I have no choice but to present this to you now, in this sort of limited confines. The first speech I'll be giving to you is sort of at the Siege of Harfleur. The second most famous speech from Shakespeare's Henry V. In this moment of battle, King Henry approaches his troops after they've just blown a hole in the castle's walls, and he entices them to go forward and invade. Conquer in the name of England. Once more unto the breach, dear friends. Once more, I'll close up the walls with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in his ear, then imitate the action of a tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard favored rage. Dishonor, not your mother's. Now attest that those you call your fathers did beget you. Copy now to men of coarser blood, and teach them how to fight, straining upon the start, the game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for Henry, England, and St. George! Well, the castle was eventually taken by Henry and his forces, but they lost half their men. They decided to make a run for it and dashed across Normandy to try to get to the English-held city of Calais, like many a refugee these days. But alas, Henry and his army were cornered by the gigantic French force. They outnumbered them 5, 6, 7, some say even 10 to 1, blocking their path. Imminent destruction faced the English. In the play, some of Henry's advisors wonder, my God, I wish they had 1/10,000th of the men now asleep in England? And Henry replies with the most famous Crispin's Day speech. It's been used throughout history when you're outnumbered, when you're desperate, when you know your cause is just. Used by Nelson for the Battle of Trafalgar. They called themselves his band of brothers. I hope you enjoy this. Here's a little excerpt from the St. Crispin's Day speech. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish for not one man more. We would not die in any man's company, who would fear his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of St. Crispin's. And any man that outlives this day to come safely home will stand tiptoe when this day is named. He will rouse himself at the name of Crispian. Old men forget, yes, all shall be forgot. But he'll remember with advantages what feats he did this day. This story shall the good man tell his son. And Crispian, Crispian, from this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he that sheds his blood with me today shall be my brother, be he ever so vile. This day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. This has been Quarantine Theatre, brought to you by the Plague. We hope to bring you more theatre as the time goes by, and we proudly present to you now Shakespeare's Henry V, or rather this has been Shakespeare's Henry V. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe and sound, and stay at home. My God, don't invade France like you're Henry V or something. We adore you dearly, and I hope to see you shortly. Chip chop! Cheerio! And of course, God save